Greetings and salutations, one and all. Welcome to another wonderful week of Olympus Rises, where I, your host, Jordan, aka Mankey Games, I'm going to take you on a grand adventure through the vastness of space, along with the help of my wonderful crew of 4, of which it looks like 2 of them are here. It's totally fine. As long as Will isn't asleep again, of course. And then we will have problems, of course. However, in the meantime, let's go ahead and join in and see how everybody's been. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. How goes it?
Good enough. Is this the Go-Go and Oscar show today?
Is this the brother-sister show here today?
I certainly hope not. I assume Devin is driving somewhere. Will, on the other hand, that is neither here nor there. I think.
Well, he is neither here nor here.
Yes.
Oh, there's Devin.
There's Devin. Okay.
Okay, we got 3. We can do it.
Good.
We
good.
can do
This
a
is
show.
Fantastic. We can do a show. Yes.
Woo!
Indeed. So, before we get to that show part of the show, Megan, hello.
Hi, hello.
How are you? And what have you been doing for the past week?
I'm fine. I've not been doing anything but studying. That's about it.
That sounds rightfully boring.
Yep, it's been pretty bad. My test is next weekend, so that will be over very soon, and then I won't have to worry about it anymore.
For what exactly?
It's my comps
Her
exam.
ascension.
Yeah,
Teacherdom.
Yes,
because I
indeed.
mean, like, a test could be for a lot of different things.
Yes, it is basically to allow me to get my master's.
Oh, I see.
It's
They're trying to figure out what's wrong with her. It's a whole series of tests.
Right, yeah, and
Yeah.
you would
It's
study
been
for something,
inconclusive
perhaps.
so far.
Good news, Will is here.
Hello.
Hooray!
He's not asleep. That's good. I was worried momentarily.
The most likely thing to worry about was that I forgot that you're
The
an
time
hour ahead
change.
still.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
But you didn't, so we're good.
Yeah. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't picnic. No one picnic.
Okay. No
Thames my
picnic.
goats.
How fantastic. Is that it, Megan? Just studying and literally nothing else? Just study. For your
Yeah.
apparent mental
much.
health exam?
Yep. Just a lot of work stuff too. I don't know. Have to stay after a bunch and shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's really nothing.
When is your
Nothing
spring break
cool.
week?
April.
Gross.
So a bit of time.
Literally all of the schools in all of the counties that exist in Florida that I care about are on break right now. It's like the first time in like 20 years that they've all been on break at the same time for whatever reason. And I don't know whose fucking grand idea that was, but it's fucking stupid.
Does that mean that your job becomes a
Yes.
lot more complicated during
That means
week?
that I can't watch Power Rangers for 8 hours
Damn it.
uninterrupted. I have to actually work my
You have to
fucking
actually
ass
Oh
off.
my god.
Because I got people like pissing off the fucking sky trolley and shit. Anyway.
Are you not allowed to do that?
Wait a minute, you can't do that? That's
Whoops.
stupid.
Yeah, the
Well.
children's ride. Yeah, no, you're not allowed to pee off the side of it. That's not a thing that you're allowed to do.
Is there like...
You're also not allowed to jump in the lagoon if you're a juvenile and unattended by any adults. That's also a thing you are not allowed to do.
Is
So
there...
gross, that water. Why would you ever want to do that? That seems like the worst idea ever.
I'd like to imagine that before you get on the sky trolley, there's like one of those little like cardboard things that says you must be this tall to piss off the trolley.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
Like,
It will
like
see.
high school students,
We're-
no.
we're all about efficiency. So it's the height, right? It's the height sign, like you must be this tall to ride.
Safety.
But then there's also, he's holding his other hand up a little bit higher, and it says that you must be this tall to piss off of the ride, because we like to combine things.
Valuable insight to the inner workings of the
Oh
park.
my god, I could literally speak for hours about the theme park industry and why you should.
But
never
everyone is
work in
here,
it.
so we should have a show.
Devin will be here shortly. He said he needed like 10 minutes, so
Oh,
he'll be here momentarily.
no, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to do a show commentating
Correct.
on soccer or
Correct.
anything, because
Yeah.
we're all actually going to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the backup plan last week.
Yeah.
Speaking of, they won 2-1 last night, so yay. In other news, Will, how have you been? How's your week been?
My week's been okay. Fairly monotonous. Monotonal?
Monotonous.
That's the word.
Monotonous? Question mark?
That's the one, yes. That is the correct word.
I
for
thought he
that.
was
Did
just
it.
saying it in British.
Yes, I'm
for a
currently
moment.
having a stroke.
It's like
So-
No, Will! Damn it!
it's kind of like aluminium. We all know it's not pronounced that way, but they're so.
Will say
You just let
quesadilla.
them.
What you mean?
I literally
You
had a
mean-
quesadilla the other day and totally thought about this entire story.
You mean cheese
heaven.
sandwich? Yes, I do mean cheese
Tell
sandwich.
me more.
It was one of the most incredible things that has ever occurred in reality ever.
We don't have quesadillas in England, so
Long story short, we were talking about delicious food.
Blasphemy.
Me and Will specifically, just the two of us were talking about delicious food.
just the
I
two-
said, man, I'm really hungry, but I don't want to order because it's so late. And I was like, all I had earlier was a quesadilla. And he's like, a what? And I said, a quesadilla. He's like, a what? And I said, Will, please tell me that you know what a quesadilla is. He's like, I have no idea what that is. And so then immediately I sent Megan about 1,000 messages for her to get online
I
immediately.
thought somebody died. I was like,
Well,
what is
so
happening?
that I had a witness.
But
to
for
Will
clarity, surely you have these. You just call them something different.
No, legitimately,
No.
he had
We legit don't
no
have-
idea, never seen one before in his life.
They're tortilla sandwiches.
Wait, no. So that's it. It's a tortilla sandwich. You have them.
No,
You just
no, you don't
don't
understand.
I only call it that
Yeah.
because I searched
He had-
for it after I
right.
was told what
Yeah.
quesadilla
Yeah.
He
was.
had
it's
to
amazing.
Google the word to figure out what it was.
And I got the spelling wrong. Like,
Yeah, no, Matt. Legitimately, there was a moment of cluelessness.
That's pretty funny.
It was one of the greatest things that's ever occurred.
I mean, you're not really missing out. They're kind of gross, but
What? What? Quesadillas are delicious. man.
Sometimes
Who
I
are
don't know how you two are related. And then there are times where I know exactly how you two are related.
And then you look at pictures of us and are like, wow.
You guys are basically twins. That is a true statement, yes.
I don't think that's true, but
Oh my goodness. I 100%. If you would tell me right now that you were twins, I would believe you. Like, that's...
I wouldn't go that far. Hold on.
It's pretty close. And, like, not to anyone's, like, deficit either. Like, you're a bunch of beautiful people, but you are identically beautiful.
deficit. What does that even mean?
Meaning that, like, one of you doesn't look particularly ugly as a girl or a boy. You just look identical.
Jordan, you're digging yourself into a hole. Please,
Are you-
There's no hole here.
Are you saying that I could make a convincing transvestite if I continued to grow
Yeah.
my hair out
You could dress in drag,
and perhaps shave?
yeah,
more
and
importantly.
shave, and grow your hair out to about Megan's length, and Megan could find a beard and
yeah.
stick it onto her
Be a
face.
convincing lumberjack, and we'd be fine.
My
Yeah.
my hair is almost certainly, if not in equivalent length to Meg's by now, almost
Well, then
longer.
Actually, this is a true statement.
I believe that you should start treating it like Megan does hers, because obviously she uses the right products.
It's true.
You act like I'm not a total dandy when it comes to grooming products.
The best thing.
It takes him just as long as it takes me to get ready.
To be honest,
That's not completely clear on this statement.
That was more accurate when I was actually trying to grow my beard out like Viking style.
True, and you have
yeah,
oil for your beard and shit.
That actually required like a blow dryer, and I'm not joking.
To be honest, the only reason that I use more grooming utensils and products than shampoo conditioner combination, body wash, and a pair of trimmers for my beard is because Jessica has a bunch of stuff in the bathroom that I'm just like, oh, this conditioner is nice, let me just use some of this. And that's basically the only reason why I use anything besides those three items. Tweezers? Yeah, I could use those, and pluck my eyebrows a little bit. I'm like, I don't have a unibrow anymore. It's great. I would never use it if hers weren't here. Never in my life would I use it if hers weren't here. It wouldn't happen.
When Ian was out here, like, I don't know, 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
He stayed with me, obviously, and like after the second day, he was like, "Wait, what percentage of the products in the bathroom are yours?"
Are yours versus Katie's.
And he was like, "When did you turn into such a fucking dandy?"
That's
like,
amazing.
what?
Which is funny for him to say. Hello, oh my god, Ian's the most metrosexual person that I think I've ever met.
I think that was part of the joke because he is very particular about his appearance as well.
But, yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Is Devin here yet?
No, we're just wasting time.
Should we stall
we were just stalling, but I was going to ask Matt, how was your week, sir?
I mean, I think first and foremost, now I'm just curious about Devin's personal grooming habits. But we don't have to touch on that.
Devin is a baby face, so yeah. He tried once, and I told him to shave it. Is basically what happens. He had the full on molestache and goatee, and I was like, no. I was like, ew. Devin, stop, please, please.
Yeah, that's
rough right there. That's rough.
It's really it's pretty uncomfortable to look back at pictures when I was like in high school, or like a freshman in college, because I had no idea what to do with facial hair whatsoever.
So it's actually kind of the opposite for me. I look back and I'm like, damn, if only I would have known that I could grow a beard like that and actually like understood that is what a beard is supposed to look like, instead of doing stupid, like, I would shave it off, but then I'd see pictures of myself with facial hair, and I was like, damn, I could grow a fucking good beard at 14 years old. Why didn't I do that?
Oh,
and
no,
like,
that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not like, I think if I had any idea how to take care of it and, like, didn't chew on it or stupid shit like that.
Yeah, totally.
Like, absent-mindedly yank hairs out of my fucking beard. This is bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's why you just needed to learn, like I did, to avoid every camera in the vicinity.
Oh, I did my best. Yeah.
You have never met my brother, clearly.
There's like four pictures of me between age 16 and 25.
That's good.
Actually, that's pretty much our whole family. Actually, we're not huge picture people.
That's
to be fair.
The awkward stage of your genetics.
Yeah, that went mercifully undocumented. Anyway, my week was fine. I'm finally making some progress in lab. I was able to verify something that this experiment completely hinged on to actually do it. So that's good. Which is to say that my Franken plasmid is coming together. So like I can actually see, no matter what the results of the couple of experiments are that I'm planning, should be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here. So
That's
pretty
super
excited
exciting.
about that. Yeah. Yeah, really just hammering away at that. Hey, Devin's online now.
I am.
We're discussing your
Lack of ability to grow facial
aesthetics.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You're
Just straight up apologize.
Yeah.
Wow.
apologizing.
Damn.
I told them that you're a baby face and you tried to grow it out one time and I told you to stop.
Well, I can. The one thing that works well is my chin hair. Like, and that's the best way to
works
explain
well.
it, because that's the only spot that grows hair enough to make it thick enough to look like anything.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, it comes in patches of about 5 to 7 hairs, and then there's a good centimeter gap between each patch.
We can count individual hairs.
Yeah.
You could always do like the Viking braided goatee look.
That is something actually.
Please do that
I will
your
have a
wedding.
picture up
Yeah,
on
for the
Discord
wedding.
by the end
Oh
of
my
this
God.
session, showing what I looked like about 3 or 4 years ago.
There you go.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, I can grow a really good neck beard, but absolutely it's,
Well,
Will.
are you familiar with the term oxymoron?
Or stereotype. Are you familiar with the word stereotype?
No,
not
no,
that
just
I would actually grow it out fully, obviously.
You know better than that, Will. That I
Yes.
trust.
there's no such thing as a good neck beard.
If I could grow just a little bit of hair on my cheeks, then it could be passable.
Good.
I
So-
believe in you, Will.
I still have a baby face.
You can work that. You can work a baby face. You can't work a neck beard.
Okay, so I have a picture on Discord showing my chin hairs.
You sent it only to me, Devin, and I'm aware of what this looks like. So if you can send that to everybody else, that would
Sorry.
be great.
Yeah. Okay. I forgot that we had
Will
a
it
chat
be
going.
great?
See.
Okay, there we go.
There you go. That's about it. That's about what I remember.
Oh man, you
now
can
the
totally.
The hair
is gone, by the way.
does not look like that normally. I grow a mane, but I wanted to see how long it was, so my girlfriend had straightened my hair with a hair iron. Usually my hair doesn't
You
look
have
that nice.
like
Yeah, Devin, that's
kind
a
of
look.
a-
That is the look right there.
you have like kind of a progressive metal band.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like an alt
prog
rock.
metal.
Yeah.
Like an alt rock band. Yeah,
You need like a
absolutely.
Yeah.
necklace with a cross on it.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's
You'd be
it
right
though.
there.
Like
yeah, that just in
Yeah.
a simple black T-shirt. Yeah.
Yep.
That would be.
The silver like non-denominational
Yes,
conch
Yeah.
necklace.
Looks sort of Celtic question mark,
Yeah.
but not really. Yeah.
Vaguely, but not religious.
But that was I hadn't cut my hair in over a year there. So
That's a lot of hair.
yeah. But my hair it grows out like a mane, where it starts growing long and then it just starts getting wider and wider and wider. So it's really weird.
Fantastic.
Huh.
Devin-
So now that we've completely discussed my follicles,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How's
learned
your week?
so much today.
How's your week been, Devin?
We've covered
it was good. I made decent money yesterday driving for Uber Eats.
That's the one
Like,
that you sent me.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
that's
like
right.
legit decent money.
Yeah, that was.
I made $75 in 5.5 hours.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty good.
So that's about $15 an hour to do nothing work.
That's
Like,
more
to
than
literally-
I make at my job.
Yeah, to literally rock out in your car until you get to a stop, hand food
Yeah.
to a person, and leave.
Yeah, it's like, here's this job you don't have to think about at all. If you know how to operate a smartphone, you can make $15 an hour. I know how to use a smartphone. So here's
I am educated enough in the smartphone ways.
So it literally has me questioning my career choice right now.
Yeah, totally.
So
If
that's
I
where I'm
didn't
at.
get 10 miles to the gallon
Yeah, I'm at your
my
car.
20-year-old Jeep, I would consider like moonlighting. But
Yeah, because I got over.
Yo.
Well, I was at 34 miles per gallon.
I
Friday.
would consider investing in a smart car if I like really went hardcore on Uber Eats or something like that.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine when like, so like 10, not even 10 years, 5 years from now, let's say you're an early adopter, self-driving Tesla, you can like stream in your car.
Oh
Just
my!
like-
Oh, yeah.
On a laptop
yeah.
playing video
Yeah.
games
Yeah,
while
just
I
like
just
sit in the back.
I had not even considered this as an option.
It's too bad you just bought a new car.
Self-driving Uber Eats.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I mean, somebody
I need to buy a
still
new
has
car.
to walk up to the door.
This is
Yeah,
true.
but
hand
you
it
got
off.
like 15-20 minutes between pickup and delivery usually. So that's like 15-20 minute nap. That's good.
Yeah.
Totes.
I might be investing in a Tesla soon.
Yeah, there you go. Even though you just bought a new car.
Yeah, I'll trade in my car that's probably worth 10 grand to go buy a car that's worth 60. That's gonna work, right?
No,
I-
no big deal.
I'm really torn because I
I'm
know
buying a
with
Tesla.
no, well, yeah, no, really, like, I think it's going to be, if ever, a very long time before they produce a vehicle that I will be interested in, like, other than one of their cars. And I don't know that they can actually design a reasonable utility vehicle to work the way that it needs to. Like, I don't know that they can make one efficient enough to...
That's the biggest problem with electric cars right now is as soon as you go over a certain weight limit, pretty much anything bigger than a sedan, your range drops significantly to where it's
Yeah.
almost not worth it. Because Tesla has an SUV, but you get like 150 mile range, which is nothing. On a full charge, you drive 150 miles, and it takes you
Yeah.
another 8 to 12 hours to recharge.
I just don't see how they can't make one. Like, maybe materials have to come farther before they're able to do it, but
I think it's just
Like-
efficiency of like
Yeah.
we're running on a
Because-
rubber tire, which has a lot of traction still for a car. Well, because Tesla's going over the top with their acceleration and everything. I mean, you can in their SUV you can still go 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So maybe
Biggest problems right now are kind of the batteries. We're
yeah.
still trying to catch up on battery lifespan.
So I
whereas
suppose
a lot of
that-
technologies have advanced.
yeah, I suppose battery also encompasses what I mean by materials.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, things fundamentally have to make a
So
leap.
you have to
before
get that
that's-
next step beyond lithium ion.
Yeah.
What's the next big breakthrough?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certain things that are in the pipeline
Yeah.
in terms of, like, expanding battery capacity and so
I think
forth,
right now it's
but-
just trying to make it safe. Is what they're trying to do. It's like, oh, this stores
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
but it's like,
No. But it's,
When you get, like, a
radioactive.
car accident, yeah.
You know. It's just mildly radioactive. It's fine.
yeah, no big deal. So to get in the car, you have to put on this lead vest.
Yeah.
So have
It's
fun.
no
Right.
big deal, but don't get in it without it.
Yeah.
Also, make sure you keep extras just in case your friends need to ride, or you begin
Right.
to feel
If
a
you want-
melting sensation on the vest.
Also, they now not only have, specific places to charge them, but you also have your own parking so that people aren't, walking by your
True.
car.
Actually, they
or
recently
standing
installed
near
that.
it.
Yeah, they recently installed that actually in the team member parking at my work, which I thought was like really interesting. Yeah. But here's the stupid part. They limited it to 4-hour parking. Most people come in and work 8-hour shifts.
What?
Yeah.
At the 4-hour mark, you pull out of the one space and pull into
Pull
the
into the
other
next one.
space.
Because most of your
Yeah,
electric
that's
vehicles don't even get a full
Basically
charge
just
at 4
city
hours.
parking.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So, that's fun.
That's funny.
Eh.
You know why they put that in there, right?
I mean, I have... yes, I mean, I know why.
Because you get a gigantic tax break for it. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew it had something to do with that.
That's
I
why.
was...
It saves money, not because it's good for employees. It saves money.
Or
Yeah.
it's useful in any way. No.
Yeah.
Well,
I
mean,
will
that's
say,
what
actually,
we're gonna
it is
have to do to
consistently
get this
used.
stuff through.
It is
Like-
consistently used. Out of we have 6 spots that have it.
Mhm.
Consistently, there is a vehicle charging in there every day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that the 6 people that have electric vehicles at Universal are happy, but
Totes.
they didn't put those in there to make those 6 people happy.
No, of course not. Of
Yeah.
course not.
Do we want to do goals for 5 minutes?
It's my turn.
I don't. Well, nobody asked you.
George,
true,
Jordan,
nobody asked
you're
you,
the
Jordan.
space master. No one cares.
Right. So I've been watching a lot of Power Rangers,
Hey Jordan, can you tell me about your week?
and
Hey, Jordan, so about Power Rangers.
yeah. So check it out.
nobody-
They
Are
recently
you getting
did
yourself
this.
prepped for the new movie?
Are they in space currently?
They were in space actually. Both space and then Lost Galaxy just finished. I watched basically half of season of Lost Galaxy today, straight back to front. And then they started Lightspeed Rescue, which is probably
What?
the corniest one that I've seen so far.
Is it Baywatch in space? 'Cause that's
No,
what it makes me
it's-
think of.
It's basically
Cameron Anderson plays the bad guy.
no, there's another show that kind of like I would equate
that
it
would really
to
revolutionize some of the physics associated with that show.
What's the show that has the rescue people who have like they name their craft a different number 1 2 3 4 5 or whatever? Shit, what is it called?
Is it a little kid show?
Yeah, it recently got a reboot.
Are you reboot?
Yeah, it recently got a reboot.
Like the old show reboot?
No. Anyway, so like one is a fire truck and one is a plane and one of them is like a medical truck and one of them is like a
Transformers.
no, it's not Transformers.
Rescue Heroes?
So yes, kind of like Rescue Heroes. That's not the one I was thinking of, but yes,
Okay.
kind of like Rescue Heroes. For those of you that may have young children or have mentored young children before in your life, Rescue Heroes is a good thing to equate it to, where like they each have a different thing, and it focuses a lot more on like doing the rescue parts of like, because millions of people die in these super giant Megazord battles, right? So like
I don't know what you're talking
this has a lot of like use the Zords to save people in this building that are trapped, and then fight the big bad guy who's blowing up the buildings. It's quite funny, but I'm glad that it is playing tonight, and I will not have to deal with it hopefully in the morning, and I can move on to the next set of seasons. And the previous one, the one that I watched most of today, which was Lost Galaxy, is basically Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, but it's Power Rangers.
I can only imagine how awesome that is.
It was actually really good. like no joke. I, as a huge Star Trek fan myself, like I saw the similarities and was hooked.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was corny as hell, and it wasn't quite as like hard hitting as that. But I will say that out of all of the things, it was like the most serious, kind of darkest Power Rangers that I had seen.
Remember those oxymorons we were talking about before?
Yeah, no, but really, like
I believe that qualifies.
legitimately one of the Power Rangers died, and then like legitimately a bunch of people died. Like
Doesn't like
Zordon does die, yes. Yeah, that was in the space one, the one previous to...
Oh, okay.
Dude,
yeah.
to this one.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, guys.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Also, what's-her-face turns into a human at some point.
That's when Zordon dies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
You guys don't even care about me.
Matt, stop.
Get out.
This is a statute of limitations on spoilers.
Correct. Yeah.
This 100%
this was
qualifies as that.
literally made in 99, so wasn't even the new millennia yet.
Several centuries ago. Literally.
So yeah, it was interesting. I actually enjoyed it. Like, yeah, there was a lot of like death and like destruction and like.
I enjoyed it. There was a lot of death.
Well, for like a Power Rangers show, it was way more adult. Like, it was way more adult than most Power Rangers shows would be.
I just meant that your first thing after saying I enjoyed it was there was a lot of death.
Yeah, have we met?
I mean, okay. I'm not even gonna argue that.
But speaking of a lot of death, I also saw Logan this weekend.
No.
I will not spoil that.
Yes, please don't. Thank you.
So instead, I will transition into speaking of a lot of death. We'll jump into the game here.
Good transition.
Yeah.
Really quickly, though, my last comment about Power Rangers is that I learned yesterday that one of the Power Rangers, or one of them who played a red Power Ranger in real life,
Andros.
actually murdered somebody.
Yeah, no.
And
Andros.
that's so funny to me.
Yeah, it's Andros from the space. So he actually murdered somebody with a sword.
With a sword,
Yeah.
like pretending to be a freaking Power Ranger.
He claimed self-defense and then plead out as involuntary manslaughter.
Holy shit, that made me laugh.
His court date's like soon-ish, like
Yep.
within a couple of months.
He literally went Power Rangers on someone in real life and murdered.
It was his roommate.
Yep. Over some sort of girl.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was my last comment. I just thought that was great.
Totally.
How do we even follow up on that?
I
Where
know,
do we go from here?
right?
I think that's GG,
Right.
guys. Have a
That's
good
it.
night.
Wait,
See you
sorry,
next
guys.
week.
You kind of
Well-
jumped the shark there.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Anyway. Speaking of killing people with swords, Oscar,
Yeah.
have you completed any goals?
That was actually one of your better segues. Good job.
Yeah, I know.
That's a very good question.
Okay, we'll come back. Fortune.
No. So, I can't remember. You gave me experience for the Rudolph
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, 100%. I
And-
can experience for that.
My current goals involve our new crewmate
Correct.
and following up on information that I learned from both Boomer, sort of, and Natalia. So I feel like those are not resolved.
Okay.
Yeah,
So that's a no.
that's a probably not.
Okay. That is
I would rather work on those and get more than try and justify
finishing it.
eliminating them right now.
Sure. Totally. Makes perfect sense. So that brings us to we'll go from the bottom today. Gogo, did you complete any goals?
No, because somebody can't roll to save his life.
Well,
True.
excuse me.
True.
I
story.
mean, I wasn't
I mean,
gonna say anybody's name. or
Technically,
anything.
he's trying to save Chan's life, but
This
True.
is a good point.
perhaps
And
his indirectly.
my other goal, possibly today, possibly next time. And then I don't have a third goal because Gogo still hates a lot of her life. So
Should your third goal be survive?
just not.
Like not commit suicide should be your third goal.
I mean, that's a valid goal. I don't know if that's Gogo's actual goal though.
Well, I guess not kill your crew should be your next goal, or not destroy the ship, or
Sure.
well, you won't
maybe?
destroy the ship. You like the ship too much.
This is a true statement. So, long story short, no.
Okay. Fortune, did you complete any goals?
No, hopefully one today, and I've added some notes to another one. So
Indeed. In the form of please.
yes. which I will be extending, please, to the rest of the crew shortly. So.
Okay, fantastic. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Fisher.
Do we still have cargo to deliver?
You do.
Yes.
So cargo to deliver at 0507.
Then that would be a no. But then this would be the time to tell you of my level up.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Hey.
I believe we have 2 people that leveled up. Or was it just you?
I think it's just one.
Okay, just Fisher. It's fine. Totally.
I'll level
I
up.
mean, we can pretend there's a.
I'll
I'd
do
be
that.
totally down with that.
Jordan, I only need 1,700 and some more experience. That's close, right?
That's
What?
pretty close, yeah.
To 5 or to 6?
To 5.
Ah.
Devin's a little behind the curve.
Because I've had 2 goals for way too fucking long.
That's a
Yeah.
true statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
However, they will give you a credit when credit is due.
yeah.
So, Dr. Fisher, what did you take with your 4 points that you received? Actually, wait, it's to level 5, right? So is that a new tier for you?
It is a new tier.
Okay, cool.
So-
So what did you take your 1 attribute in?
I got my my 7 constitution to an
Jeez.
8.
It's been working out.
Fantastic. Okay.
Getting shot with bullets repeatedly does tend to increase your
Yeah.
constitution.
You want to
Thanks.
shoot yourself with low caliber, like small bullets, to build up
Yeah.
immunity
That's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
to deadly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
weapons.
that's how that works. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, if it works with like punching sand and then gravel, why doesn't that work with bullets?
Yeah.
I mean, you are the Sandman after all.
Yeah, no, seems good. Seems perfect.
Yes, I
Sick
now
burn.
have got rid of that minus in my health.
Okay, so that will add 4 to your current health, but you do get to roll your d6 plus 5, or I should say 5d6 plus 5, to see
No.
how much you get.
He has a 0 now, not a bonus.
Correct, but he had a -1.
So
So now it's just a 5d6.
yes,
But compared to what it was
Just don't
before,
have
that is a
Oh,
plus 5.
okay, I see what you mean. Correct, yes. You do get to roll 5d6, but it will also go up by 4, so you will be at 17.
automatically.
Yeah, out of 17.
Good fun.
Nice roll.
Do you have more
Fuck you,
health than
Will.
the rest of the party now?
So I just
That's
increased my
amazing.
health by 8.
Philip is now the tank, so
Yep.
congratulations.
Guess who's going in first every time?
Holy shit! Good roll.
Damn.
You've got more health than the warrior, okay?
Yeah.
But then I probably also have the lowest AC, so highest AC.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, still
Debatable.
four more health than Oscar currently. So
Which, as we know, can definitely mean the difference between life and death. I think that
Absolutely.
everybody in the party has been on 1 health at least once.
Yep.
So,
Am I the only person who's actually been knocked? Like,
Yeah, I think
To
you're
death
the only
so
person who's
far.
been knocked out.
yeah, so
completely,
technically Fortune got knocked unconscious when he tried to fix the ship.
Well, that,
But
that
you
did
were-
only bring me to
Technically.
one,
Yeah, you
though,
were
right?
unconscious at 1 point of health, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten that far down.
Boomer definitely took
Boomer
some
definitely
shots.
has,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he definitely got
good,
hit a lot.
good roll.
Yeah.
Excellent. And then last but certainly not least, what did you take with your 4 additional skill points? Or have you not assigned them yet?
So I got my computers up to 1.
Seems
So-
good.
Nice.
Yes. Which will help out in space battles a bit more. And unless I wanted to get something like perception up, I still have 2 unspent.
Okay.
Yeah, just going to save those.
So here's the
It's
deal.
good to save them sometimes.
Here's how that works. If there is a moment within the game where you want to add those points in, let me know, and you can kind of utilize it perhaps. If I ask for a specific roll or something on something, and you want to be like, well, can I use my 2 skill points to add, to spend them now? If you make a reasonable argument, you can totally do that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually kind of cool how you can do that in the heat of things in this game.
Yeah. Like, for example,
give you a slight advantage in the moment.
If you get into a firefight and you're like, oh shit, I really need, another +1 on this. Or it's a really important, I don't know, tech med roll.
For one of our lives. Might be good.
Right.
He's
but I don't
really
think 2 points would give
though.
him an increase to that.
Not because I think that's...
You're going to need more than 2 points to increase your tech med, but
still, that's the general
type of idea.
Yeah.
Or, oh shit, I really need to shoot this guy. Let me go ahead and increase this.
I think I did that for languages when I was like, shit, I really need to know how to speak to Chan right now.
I think that's true. I think that's
figured
100%
out.
true.
Yeah, I used one of my points to get 1 in language so I could actually freaking communicate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I may do that with bureaucracy or maybe pre-tech.
Bureaucracy would be good. No one here really knows how to speak to people. I just kind of yell at them until they give me the money I want.
That's such an understatement. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, that's
True.
that's really true.
Yeah. I'll keep that on the back burner for now.
Fantastic. So, last time on Olympus,
Dun, 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 dun.
Good job.
you guys had flown from 0306 over to 0506, where you had a personal task to take care of. Well, I should say Oscar had a personal task to take care of.
I wasted everybody's time. I got done what I needed to. I think everyone else was disappointed, though.
Yeah.
Fortune is wondering why he even lets me do this
why
stuff.
did I get off the fucking ship?
Yeah.
We had some a reunion with one of our beloved characters, Natalia.
Yes.
Who was
Beloved?
I think you mean polarizing.
Sure. Yeah.
Indeed, I like that better.
one of our polarizing NPCs that exists in the world.
A notable and polarizing figure.
Yeah. And it was the first time meetup for Dr. Fisher and Natalia, which went about as well as could be expected. And nobody got shot at or attempted to be attacked by mutants.
That's always good about landing on that planet.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You guys had completed that task, and then, last but certainly not least, there was a new NPC introduced.
Yeah.
My new Biffle.
Yeah, and his introduction to the crew was perhaps a bit more abrasive than Natalia's initial introduction to the crew.
To say the least, yeah.
Yeah, very interesting, odd character, which basically is just an excuse to talk like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch for me.
He reminds me of a character, Jordan.
Perhaps, yes. So
where to?
With introductions made, you guys have one more delivery to make, and then I assume that there will be some information brought up from Fortune during our jump here.
Yep.
As well, just to put a recap on what's going on economically, you guys are paid through this month, and then your next payment date is August 1st, and you have most of the funds already stored inside of the ship to pay that off. Because I think we kind of went through it last week and realized that it would probably be easier if we just paid up to what the ship is, and then every month whatever's left over gets divided between the crew.
Yes.
Because the crew currently has a fair amount in stock on some of them, enough to survive and maybe pick up a couple little things here and there. And You're feeling more comfortable than you have been before, which is great.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Fortune's rolling in it at the moment.
yeah, and in addition, going to make your last delivery is a double delivery as well. Remember, we're carrying med supplies and we're carrying ice. And so the medical supplies have been netting us 2,500 credits per delivery, and the ice has been netting us 4,000 credits per delivery. Just because the ice is much more difficult to transport, right? It's not in, like, convenient crates. Like, you need to have special equipment. Like, you need to have exosuits to go in there and load and unload and, you know, check temperatures. And that cargo hold can't be used for anything else when it's happening. And, you know, if there is any amount of damage to anything, like, you know, if you guys get into, you know, hit by an asteroid or fly into some combat and something rattles loose, you might lose
Or try
the
to
money.
land on a planet that's revolving around... Or try
Yeah,
to land
right.
on a moon that's revolving around a planet that's revolving around the sun that's revolving around a black hole.
Yeah, right. Something like that.
At 1/10 the speed of light.
Then it might jar something loose, and you might lose the delivery altogether by the ice just melting. Which is obviously bad.
Did we already get paid for the one on the current planet? That
So there was no delivery
think
on this current... Oh, there was. I'm sorry for y'all.
I think we did.
We made the delivery, and I remember talking to / not talking to the guy who we were delivering it to. But I don't remember if we netted money for that or not, actually.
You had one job, Go-Go.
You have, because
Listen,
you
I'm
have,
not in control of the funds.
you
here.
have,
I'm the one
you have
in charge of
9,000 in
that.
the bank, and you've made 3 out of 5 deliveries. One for
I think we are
2,500, one
paid
for
for this
2,500, and one for 4,000, which, as we know, simple math rules to be, that's equal to 9,000, which is exactly what's in your fund right now. So yes,
Yeah.
you were paid for that.
So,
Okay.
and so for sorry, Go, you can go ahead and forget money. I got it.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
Cool, awesome.
Let the guy with one in business handle the money. We'll be all right. Or 0
Correct.
in business.
0 is
The one
better
with the
than
negative
average.
one in business. Actually, let's just be real. Gogo has like a -5. I know that's not possible, but that's true. True statement.
We're breaking the system here, okay?
It's, you know, in the sake of roleplay.
Also, it should be noted, it's probably important that Fortune handles the money since he's the only one with a name on the ship currently.
Yes.
True.
I have to make sure the ship is paid for, otherwise I get hurt, and I don't like that.
Yeah, otherwise you get fined, not everybody else. So, having all of this information and your newfound compatriot, we'll call him for now, you guys were getting ready to leave the lovely planet of Frial and head to 0507, which is a large system, in fact. It is the only 3-planet system that we have not been to yet, so that's exciting, right?
Yeah.
It's the Wardaw system, and it has 3 planets in it. It has Nisei, or Nisei, probably. Nisea? We'll say Nisea. It has Nisea, it has Adrastus.
I'm going to call it nausea.
Sure. And it has Dakani. So, important to note, Dakani is your destination. But that's not to say you guys can't go explore these other planets either. There are some interesting things on all these planets, as you can see via the little notes here. Nisea has a it's tech level 4 baseline post tech, 100,000 inhabitants, but it is reported as out of contact. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean what we think it means, where like nobody's communicating with them. It is probably possible to communicate with them, but for whatever reason, they don't send a whole lot of transmissions out, and people don't send a whole lot of transmissions in. It's basically like if a colony kind of just went independent, started doing stuff on its own, was maybe self-sustainable, and didn't have to talk to anybody, they're just not talking to anybody. It's not necessarily because there are bad things going on or whatever else. Let me guess, you can't edit one of these?
Adrastus and nausea.
Okay. Probably only Dakani, because I put my own GM notes on that one, and I was like, oh, hey, you can't edit this one. Let me fix that. So yeah, not necessarily because of the fact that, there's bad stuff or there's something blocking transmission or anything like that. Although that totally may be the case. Like, one would have to research into that. But it's kind of just dropped off the grid. It's not important enough for anybody to care about it. And they don't care about anybody else enough to really bother. That's kind of the deal with Nisea. Adrastus, however, is a veritable hub of activity. It is one of the major trade hubs in the cluster area here. It is probably where most goods come to be then resold by vendors. There is a lot of traffic in and out of Adrastus. Just selling things and buying things, and the whole planet is basically it's basically a giant flea market at times, with about anything that you could possibly want to appear there does appear there. And so that may interest. There's definitely potential for jobs on Adrastus. Certainly something that might pique the interest of the crew, since you are about to end a job and perhaps maybe looking for another one. So that is certainly something that you may, hipster haven't exactly.
Repeat. Where is the amazing flea market?
Adrastus.
Where one's desires magically appear.
Yeah, basically. Although verifying the integrity of those desires is another thing entirely.
I'm comfortable gambling.
Yeah. It's like in Diablo when you buy that ring from that vendor that's you want to take a gamble, and you pay 10,000 gold, and then it's nothing. It's horrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always terrible.
So what you're telling me is that they have a Valiant's armed rifle for sale in that flea market.
Probably. You could probably search hard enough to find somebody selling that, yeah.
Fortune, I think you know what we have to do.
Now, whether or not that is a real
flea
thing.
market montage.
And then last but certainly not least, Dakani, which has, and this is something that I noted that I didn't note before when I was looking through my notes, but I noted on here. So Dakani, believe it or not, is the most inhabited planet in the sector. It has the most sentient living creatures existing in it and in the stations around it and on the asteroids around it than any other planetary body anywhere else in the sector. Including Raimondi and the Tan homeworld as well. Even more people than those.
It is the home of the sort of difficult, I guess, ship race.
Yes. We learned a little bit about Dakani.
Who could have written that? I don't know.
We learned about Dakani a little bit when we were getting the ship repaired because somehow magically the landing gear fell off. And we witnessed a recorded race from that particular planet. And this spectacular crash and all of this, this hype again. And we kind of, peered in on Gogo's psyche a little bit in that moment. That's a good question, Devin.
Right?
And so there is the planet is, and as I said, not all of these billions and billions of people that live here live on the planet itself. There are a lot of homes probably within the asteroids, the larger ones, the smaller ones. There are a couple of moons that orbit Dakani that are inhabited. So it is quite populous, but it is spread out enough that it doesn't feel like a massive humanity or alien or whatever kind. And probably the most important thing to note beyond that is the fact that the planet is run essentially by warlords who don't claim any sovereignty to any particular faction that exists. There's probably, last best guess estimate, about a couple thousand different warlords that control their own different little portions of the planet or the asteroid field or the moons or whatever the different areas of populace are, and they all have, varying names and morals and all of that other kind of stuff. And probably the reason why they haven't been inducted into a larger collective by, let's say, the closest, like, major faction to here would be the, which one is it? The Kuchera Syndicate, which is actually based, like, one jump over, I think, from this location. But the reason why they haven't, like, been inducted into that is, there have been known to be, in the past, attempts to, like, forcefully take the areas around Dakani. And in those moments, the warlords band together and can, like, feel the force greater than anyone can really hope to match. And not necessarily in just pure firepower, but, like, when you're dealing with individuals who know their home turf way better than others, it's kind of like, think of it like gangs. And if there's a new gang that tries to come into town and mess things up, all of the other gangs are going to be like, hold on, fuck you, this is our town, and they're going to band together and kick them out, and then go back to infighting and doing their own thing, right? But outsiders are viewed less favorably than an opposite warlord would be. And alliances and factions and with the political scene, and I'm doing air quotes, I know you can't see them, but the political scene of Dakani is more like, what do you have that I need, and what do I have that you need, and who do you need taken out that I also want taken out, and who do you want to befriend that I also want to befriend. It's very tit for tat kind of on Dakani. If you have something I want, I'll find something you want, we'll make an exchange, everybody's happy. If you have a person if you're sheltering a person that I'm bounty hunting, I'm gonna find somebody that you're bounty hunting and we'll do a prisoner exchange. Like, and so lawless would not be the way I describe the planet, because that would infer sense of chaos. There is actually quite a bit of order when it comes to what to do on Dakani, which is basically, don't piss off the wrong person, right? Like, you're free to show up and walk around, and if you're an outsider, free to kind of go in between different factions and enter different areas as long as they're cool with it. But if you piss this warlord off, you may have just pissed off 6 other warlords in the surrounding area, and then things are going to get bad for you. And so
sounds like a place that Fortune needs to live.
It's all pretty mired in that kind of environment.
I don't think Fortune would be able to get very good work-life balance living there. He would always be he'd always be on.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of work there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also to note on that, it is probably the highest place of traffic for bounty hunters and mercenaries to be hired out by these various warlords. Because the Claris group is much more organized, much more militant. But if you need, 1,000 foot soldiers to go do something, Dakani's the place you go to. If you need, a surgical precision strike on something, you hire Claris.
Yeah.
They're more the rough and tumble kind of type, whereas Claris are more the kind of straight-backed, proper positioning type of mercenaries.
Highly researched.
Yeah. They're again, the surgical strike versus the boots on the ground kind of mercenaries is what we're talking about here. Also, what may be interesting to any of you or many of you or whatever, however you want to feel it, it probably houses a very strong drug trade as well. It's probably how a lot of the warlords control their populaces, right? Some, maybe perhaps those ones with lesser morals. Slavery is quite common on Dakani in various levels of it, from indentured servitude to, full-on ball and chain mining asteroids type of slavery. I would equate it to a more common. I'm just talking, really. I was just wasting the last few minutes of the hour. I would equate it probably more to.
Well, it's 6, so we're done.
It's on purpose. It would be similar to Nar Shaddaa, let's say, if for those of you that are familiar with Star Wars lore, where it's kind of like it's controlled by people, but you are able to kind of do what you want and find what you want. And there's probably, whereas like Adrastus probably supplies a lot of like off-the-shelf goods, if you want to find more illicit stuff, you're probably going to find it on Dakani. And so that's why there is a ton of traffic throughout this system in the form of merchants and trade and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I would call it rampant, but you take what you will from what I say.
As we always do.
Indeed, that's what makes it fun. So the group of you are in 0506, and you would like to make the jump to 0507.
There, is that better?